Hello, I'm Novita Diswarani. In this opportunity, I would like to explain the next chapter. So, let's get started. Chapter 9 Approaches to Curriculum Design. After reading and understanding this chapter, we are intended to decide on a starting point for curriculum design and a way of covering the steps. Next slide. Models of Curriculum Design. This book is based on model of curriculum design, which is represented by the curriculum design diagram. This diagram is intended to be easy to remember. So basically, this diagram is like a guide for teachers, especially when they facing curriculum design issues or are reading articles in curriculum design. This model also adequate for teachers because very readable and easy to remember. In this section, I will show you how this diagram model of curriculum design can be helpful for teachers and try to match and compare the usual language curriculum design model used in this book with several models of curriculum design. We go to the next slide. Models of curriculum design. This is CREF's curriculum design. So I will demonstrate what the difference with usual language curriculum design. Next slide. Models of curriculum design. Comparing language curriculum design model with CREF's model. You can look at this slide. There are two columns where column 1 is the parts of curriculum design model used in this book and the column 2 is the parts of CREF's model. So after comparing those models, I recognize that both of them have 8 parts, but they are not really same. There are two major differences between them. The first is, in language curriculum design model, especially in content and sequencing, is different with CREF's model, which consists of 2 parts. The first is organizing discourse and conceptualizing content. The second, in CREF's book, she distinguishes evaluation from assessment but deals with both in the same chapter. In other words, monitoring and assessment and evaluation in the language curriculum design model are not included in one part of the CREF model. We go to the next slide. Murtagh's model of curriculum design. I would like to show you one more model which is more noticeable different. This model was designed by Murtagh. Therefore, you can look at this picture. There are 2 columns. The left-hand column covers the main factors that are considered in the curriculum design. Also, this is outer circles that using in this model. Then the 4 boxes in the right hand column relate to the practical aspect of curriculum design and as inner circle in this model. Let's go to the next slide. There is a table called 9.2. This table demonstrates the Murtagh's model fit into language curriculum design model. For example, learners' present level of competence and reasons for studying English and long-term learning aims are fit into need analysis in language curriculum design model. Then, language and procedure to be covered by the course, emphasis on particular skills, and then for course materials and text choice of suitable textbooks are fit in content and sequencing in language curriculum design model. Not only that, Murtagh's model also not provides principle, monitoring and assessment and evaluation as well, which are they included in language curriculum design model. These are weaknesses of this model. Let's move on to the next slide. Doing curriculum design. This group assumes that curriculum design is best viewed as a process like writing, where the curriculum design could begin at any of several places. It means that when designing a curriculum, the curriculum designers and teachers are free to choose which piece that they want to begin right, they want to begin right in need analysis, material writing, collection principle, etc. On the other hand, some models of curriculum view as waterfall like Tesmer and Weidmann's opinion. It shows that not all models of curriculum same with this book statement. Sometimes a model of curriculum design see it occurring a series of steps in a fixed order. In other words, before moving to the next step, the curriculum designers are required to finish the previous step thoroughly. For example, environment analysis is done shortly, and then go to the next stage, that is need analysis, and so on with the same way as the flow as waterfall like Tesmer and Weidmann's statement. However, curriculum design as waterfall often was regarded impossible to occur because the limited time for prepare some important things in teaching and the different situation probably occur before and after deciding needs analysis. Next, the main factors that must be considered when applying a model of curriculum design. We are, as a teacher and curriculum designers in the future, we are required to consider when applying a model of curriculum design. There are two factors that must be considered in applying a model of curriculum design. For the first is, what is the starting point for the curriculum design process, that is, what is already available. And the second, how will we move through the process of curriculum design as shown in the curriculum design model. Then we have starting point. Curriculum design begins either with no existing resources or some existing resources. The design of a completely new course may start from nothing except the knowledge of the curriculum designer. In a nutshell, the curriculum designer usually designs a curriculum for a new course only based on their knowledge or begin with another complete resources. Next slide. The first is curriculum designers and teachers can start from nothing and gather and write the material. This is often happen when designing a curriculum because the teachers and curriculum designers are obligated to accountable with their curriculum design, where there are a lot of copyright issues with courses that probably was published or the limited of existing course. Let's move on. We have curriculum designers and teachers can draw on a bank of existing materials from which they select the most appropriate material for the course. The curriculum designers and teachers are obligated to take responsibility for content and sequencing and goals as well. They must select the most appropriate bank, include three important things like copies of activities, publish supplementary materials, and clippings or authentic materials. Next, some curriculum statements and some course books deliberately provide only some of the material needed for a complete course. In other words, there are some course books and curriculum statements that provide text and the tasks but leave it to the teacher. Thus, the teachers are required to decide whether the materials in the coursebook are necessary or not to use and deal with format and presentation during teaching process.